Among the Indian saints, in the whole galaxy of the saints of the world, Kabir is delightfully special. It is said that he was born a Hindu, but because he was born from a widow, so out of social shame, the mother went and kept the baby Kabir by the side of the Ganga in Varanasi. A Muslim couple, Meeru and Neema, they found the baby by the side of the river. And they picked him up and raised him. And they initiated him into their family profession, which was weaving clothes. Kabir thus grew up in a Muslim family. Did not study much, that's what the folklore says. Was fortunate to have a guru and was initiated by the guru. And all his life, he lived simply as a weaver. The whole day he would weave. In the evening he would sell his stuff. And even as he would keep weaving, he would keep talking to people. He wrote nothing. All that we have collected as Kabir's works were actually collected after him. He wrote nothing. In fact, it is said that he was illiterate. That may not be true. But what is certain is that he himself was never interested in writing. Kabir was there in the Varanasi of 14th century India, a hotbed of orthodoxy, both Hindu and Muslim orthodoxy. And his courage and genius lies in the fact that he unabashedly attacked both Hindu and Muslim traditions. The 36th verse, you would be struck by what Kabir is saying. Kabir was a victim of counterattack, malicious propaganda, a lot. But he stuck to his guns. He kept saying what he wanted to say. He dismissed all kinds of religious bigotries, all kinds of dogmas, superstitions, beliefs, even those that are considered sacred even to this day. If you go to Kabir, you will meet both a sharp sword that cuts through our prejudices and a loving heart that embraces you. In fact, that is why it is so difficult to categorize Kabir. Neither can you call him as belonging to the Bhakti tradition nor to the tradition of Jnana. He belongs to no tradition. He was unique, authentic, and original in himself. Now, he lived in Varanasi. And Hindus have this tradition of going to Varanasi at the time of their death. It is considered auspicious to die in Varanasi by the Ganga. It is said that if you die by the Ganga, then you receive salvation. You go directly to heaven. And there is another place called Maghar, where it is said that if you die, then you will land in hell. You know what Kabir did? All his life he lived in Varanasi. All his life he was anyway living in Varanasi. But at the time of his death, he made it a point to go to Maghar. Even his last breath was a taunt, a jibe, a joke upon the way we live. He said that if the Ganga is to give me salvation, then what role does the truth have? If the city Kashi, Varanasi, is to give me salvation, then what would Ram do? Jo Kabira Kasi mare, to Rama kaun nihora. If I have to use Kashi for my salvation, then why was I devoted to the truth all my life? That kind of a man. That kind of a man. Personally, I've been in love with him. You too would enjoy being with him. Let's read the 36th. Yes, what does this say to you? It says that when you are in the truth, then all your actions are right. But by undertaking predetermined actions, you will not get the truth. Please understand this. When you are in the truth, then all your actions are right. But if you think that by following certain actions you will get the truth, that is never going to happen. With the truth in your heart, it doesn't matter where you live and where you die. But if you live and die at particular places, or you go to certain places of pilgrimage, or you perform certain actions with the body, kindly do not think that any of that will give you peace or truth. Peace and truth and God are direct. Simply, they come by devotion, by surrender. It is those who do not want to surrender who try all kinds of external tricks. They say, I'll do this and I'll get the truth. They say, I'll go there and get the truth. They say, I'll read this and get the truth. First of all, you get the truth and then you do this and that. Truth is the first step, not the last step. Truth is the beginning, not the end. You begin in truth, and when you begin in truth, then all the journey is also in truth, and so is the end. Are you getting it? Here is a strong message for those who believe in the capacity of the mind and its actions to get you that which you so really want. We all really deeply want something. The barrier is that we think that that which we want will come to us through our planning, our cleverness, our actions. Whatever you do to get the truth is a barrier against the truth. I repeat this. Do you know why you are unable to reach there? You are unable to reach there because you are moving on your own legs. You are unable to get that because you are trying so hard. Just stop doing whatever you think is necessary to reach there. The truth is immense. You cannot size it up. Using one's own intellect, one can never determine what needs to be done. When this is seen, it is called surrender. Surrender is nothing but a clear realization of the impotency of our ways. Surrender is when you say that, oh, now I clearly see that it is beyond me. It won't happen as per my planning, my intellect, my reasons, my ways. And when you are in that place, then real action, right action happens through you.
What Osho said on this, he said, you don't have to do anything. You are in the truth. But because you are so stiff with this idea that you have to do something in time and some effort, we give you meditation and this, that, and you will do it. And then he said about effort. He said for himself, when he was talking about his life, he said, now I know he didn't need any effort to surrender, but to know that I had to put all my effort with what I had. So I'm saying this because to realize that you are doing everything you can, you have to go total. And for that, I think you need effort. What?
The right effort will not happen through you. Your effort is small, misguided and limited. It gets exhausted so easily. It is only when you are committed to that one right thing that you can have limitless effort. And then that does not even look like effort. That is just having fun. kids are playing and spending so much energy. Do they call it effort? Whatever you will do as a seeker, as a wanter, will ensure that you remain the seeker and the wanter. I am repeating this. Whatever you will do as someone who wants the truth will ensure that you remain someone who wants the truth. And what is meant by wanting the truth? That I do not have the truth. When you begin with a flawed premise, you cannot come to the right place. To reach the truth, you have to begin in truth and travel in truth. The false will not lead you to the truth. Only the true leads you to the true, and that is surrender. The ego says, no, the false can lead me to the true. You can keep trying. You can keep using those methods and honestly ask yourself, does that really help? Has it helped the millions who tried? What became of them? So it sounds nice. I have something to do. I can take credit. I was the one who planned out a way to truth.
But there is threat because if you let go of all effort, you can get lost. You can get lost. In the ways of the world.
Do you know of that state where you have let go of the center from which egocentric effort comes? Have you known that state? And if you have not known that, then do not imagine it. This is a very well-known trick of the ego to block right action. Imagine what will happen if I do this. That's what you exactly did right now. So imagine what will happen later on. And imagine as per one's own intellect. And imagine that scenario to be horrible. And immediately construct an argument and say, no. If I drop all effort, then the results can be bad. How do you know? You are here. You have never been there. You know nothing about that place. But sitting over here, you are imagining about that place, coming up with a horrible imagination and using that imagination to block your movement towards that place. Don't you see what you are doing? And all of this is just to ensure that you remain here, not there. That's a very nice trick of the ego. Stay here. Imagine what would happen if you reach there. Declare that is not right and stay here. The man who is here will not be the same man who will reach there. How do you know what that man will like and dislike? Maybe that which this man dislikes will be so likable to that man. This man dislikes going hungry. This man dislikes sleeping over an empty stomach. Maybe that man will relish it. But if you think as this man, then you will find it disgusting. The idea that you may have to go hungry. But that man delights in going hungry. What do you know about that man? That man is not you. That man is not you. But here, sitting as this man, sitting in his skin, you want to imagine about that. And you have a great belief that your imagination can tell you the truth. And we don't even see through this mental game. Whatever you dislike right now may become very likable. That which is a horror to you right now may become a delight to you. These nights, staying up and awake through them, and sitting by the Ganga and playing with the dogs, is a horror to the usual social mind. It wants to be comfortably locked in the bedroom. To someone else, it's a delight. Now, if you think as that social one, kept in his warm quilt, then you will obviously say, no, too bad, too cold, unsafe. And if you are waking through the night, how will you attend office the next day? Loss of money. At least the door to truth. Good. In fact, one should not bother himself with truth at all. One should bother himself only with Maya. Forget everything about truth. Let Maya be your consideration. She's all prepared to take you there.
You think psychedelic substances and things like
We are already so drunk. You want to be more drunk?
I heard once interesting definition of Maya. I would like to hear from you what you think about it. It was like, it's not that Maya is, it's not that the world does not exist. It's just he is not what you think it is. And you are thinking that happiness is in the wrong, but happiness is in you. And that was what you think about this situation.
It's a very simple verse that explains it. Ya ma sa maya. Ya, that ma is not, that which is not, sa maya. That is called Maya. Maya is that which is not yet appears to be. That's the definition. Ya ma sa maya. That which is not but appears to be is called Maya. You find happiness in something. All you get is destitution. You thought there was happiness in that thing. You didn't get it. That is Maya. That which does not exist but appears like existing is called Maya. The stillness is the truth. You won't find the truth after you are still. The stillness is the truth. In stillness, you are already in the truth. Now, what's left to find? In fact, any movement towards the truth disturbs the stillness. Just when you think you are moving towards the truth, you are actually moving away from the truth. It is the cessation of the movement that is the truth. It is the non-movement that is the truth. So there can be nothing called a journey towards the truth. All journeys only take you away from the truth. Truth is the cessation of the journey, not a continuation. Cessation, a stoppage. Cessation. Yes, please.
Can you read the poem? I like to hear it. Yeah, I can't read.
In English or in Hindi? In English. People are often misled by their mind. People are often misled by their mind if by quoting depth at Kashi one can gain his salvation. Why should he at all pray for God's mercy? If by quoting death at Kashi one can gain his salvation, why should he at all pray for God's mercy? Then I was like this. Now I am what I am. Then I was like this. Now I am what I am. This is how people feel boastful on earth, under influence of pride and greed. Whoever is firm in loving devotion to God and gains his preceptor's grace, preceptor is the Guru. Whoever is firm in loving devotion to God and gains his preceptor's grace and keeps company of true saints, nothing is beyond him to achieve. Says Kabir, listen, O wise men, do not be misled by the mind. For as Kashi, so Madhar, both are equally infructuous. Only love, devotion to God at heart does his blessing impart. For as Kashi, so Madhar, both are equally infructuous. Only love, devotion to God at heart does his blessing impart. Nothing in the world can take you to God. Nothing at all in the world will take you to God. No city, no river, no practice, no knowledge, no effort.
Is it good still to be grateful to God?
But that gratitude is not something of saying. That gratitude is a very silent gratitude. It shows in the way you live. When you are gratitude, then by definition, you mean that you are happy that you received. So in gratitude, you could not be asking for more, which means gratitude expresses itself as the absence of desire and ambition. If I've already received, why would I ask for more? Gratitude is not about saying thank you. Can you give me a little more? Gratitude is not about expressing thanks. Gratitude is about not wanting any more. Not to want any more is a sure sign of contentment. And that is gratitude. Gratitude is not about putting your hand on your heart and saying, oh, it's so beautiful, it's so beautiful. Gratitude is something that you live by. It must show up in your actions. It must show in the quality of your mind. It is not a particular way of talking and speaking. Gratitude is not a smile. Huh? Gratitude is not a prayer. Gratitude is in your daily life.
Very simple question. I would like to use that. How do you explain that?
How do you?
What would be the best explanation for that?
Gratitude. Nothing. It's all right. That's it. It's all right. Gratitude means it's all right. It does not need to be improved or corrected.